A new chapter is about to begin at Ferrari, with Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc set to go head-to-head. But the big question remains, will Hamilton be able to regain his past dominance in a completely new environment, or will Leclerc's speed prove to be a major challenge for him? Helmut Marko believes that Hamilton will take time to adapt to Ferrari's setup, and during that period Leclerc might pull ahead. There's no doubt that Ferrari currently has the strongest driver pairing on the grid, but that could also be a problem for their championship campaign. If one driver struggles, it could impact the entire team's chances. Marko suggests that Hamilton could face difficulties, especially since his one-lap pace hasn't been as strong in recent years as it was during his prime. His tough seasons with Mercedes have had a clear effect on his qualifying performances. But the real question is, if Hamilton takes longer to settle in, will Ferrari's season start as expected? Could we see a different pecking order than initially predicted? And if that happens, how can Hamilton prove the doubters wrong? Ferrari is under immense pressure this season, with expectations running higher than ever. The team knows that anything short of a championship will be seen as a failure. With such a strong driver lineup, both titles, drivers and constructors, are well within reach. However, internal competition between Hamilton and Leclerc could create challenges that the team didn't anticipate. One key concern is Hamilton's ability to deliver in qualifying. The seven-time world champion is known more for his racecraft than his one-lap performance, and in recent years, his qualifying results have taken a hit. Marko pointed out that during preseason testing in Bahrain, Leclerc was consistently faster, which was expected since he already knows the team and the car. Hamilton, on the other hand, spent most of his time adjusting and gradually improving, but he wasn't quite at Leclerc's level yet. In a championship battle where even a fraction of a second can determine grid positions, Ferrari needs both drivers to be on equal footing. A 3 to 4 tenths gap in qualifying can mean the difference between starting at the front or in the midfield. And in modern F1, overtaking isn't as straightforward as it used to be. This makes Hamilton's ability to match Leclerc in qualifying crucial for Ferrari's overall success. With Ferrari aiming for the top, the pressure on both drivers is immense. While Leclerc is determined to fight for his first title, Hamilton is chasing an 8th championship that would cement his legacy. The challenge, however, lies in how quickly Hamilton can adapt to his new surroundings. Unlike Leclerc, who has spent years understanding the team's operations and car characteristics, Hamilton is stepping into unfamiliar territory. McLaren's recent form has also raised concerns for Ferrari. While Leclerc remains cautious about their championship prospects, team principal Frédéric Vasseur is optimistic about the season ahead. The team faced difficulties in Bahrain, but they believe those issues were track-specific and won't affect them as much in Australia. Ferrari is working on improving the car's balance, especially at circuits like Melbourne, where front-end grip plays a crucial role. Another major factor is the weather. The Australian Grand Prix weekend is expected to see extreme temperature shifts, with a hot Saturday followed by a much cooler, potentially rainy Sunday. This could shake up race strategies and test Hamilton's ability to adapt under unpredictable conditions. With so many variables in play, his Ferrari debut could turn into one of the biggest storylines of the season. Marko highlighted a crucial point. If Hamilton struggles to match Leclerc's qualifying pace, it could create a significant disadvantage on race day. A small gap in lap time might seem minor, but in a tight field, it can mean the difference between starting on pole or lining up several positions behind. Starting further down the grid not only increases the risk of getting caught in mid-pack battles but also makes overtaking much harder due to the turbulent air from cars ahead. That's why Ferrari is closely monitoring Hamilton's progress. If he can quickly get comfortable with the car and extract its full potential, he'll be in a much stronger position. However, if he takes too long to find his rhythm, Ferrari might be forced to make a tough call, establishing a clear number one driver early in the season. In a close championship fight, teams can't afford to let their drivers take points off each other, and Ferrari will want to avoid the mistakes that cost McLaren valuable opportunities last year. Hamilton himself knows that time is of the essence. Unlike past Ferrari signings such as Sebastian Vettel, who had months to prepare before their debut, Hamilton's transition was much quicker. Due to his prior commitments with Mercedes, he wasn't allowed to take part in end-of-season testing, putting him on the back foot compared to other drivers making a switch. Despite the challenges, Hamilton remains confident in his ability to adapt. He acknowledged that missing the post-season tire test in 2024 was a setback, but he has spent every available moment getting up to speed with Ferrari's systems and team operations. Unlike previous drivers who joined Ferrari with more preparation, Hamilton had just a few weeks to adjust before the season kicked off. Still, Ferrari has done everything possible to help him settle in quickly. From extensive simulator sessions to on-track testing, the team has focused on accelerating his learning curve. While the first few races will be crucial, Hamilton is no stranger to high-pressure situations. He thrives under competition, and, if he can find a good balance in the car early in the season, he has the potential to challenge Leclerc for supremacy within the team. The real question is whether Ferrari will allow both drivers to fight freely throughout the season, or if they'll implement team orders earlier than expected. If either Hamilton or Leclerc builds a significant lead in the standings, the team might be forced to back one driver over the other to maximize their championship chances. Ferrari has been in this position before and knows the cost of delaying such decisions. Hamilton is fully aware of the challenge ahead. Not only does he have to outperform Leclerc, but he also has to compete against a strong McLaren team and Red Bull's reigning champions. The level of competition in 2025 is higher than ever, making consistency the key to staying in the title race. Every mistake could prove costly, and every race will be a test of his adaptability in a completely new environment. Vasseur has made it clear that Ferrari's main goal is the championship, and that means difficult decisions might come sooner rather than later. If one driver emerges as the clear contender, the team won't hesitate to back them. Hamilton and Leclerc both know that securing an early advantage will be crucial. Whether Ferrari sticks to a fair fight or prioritizes a lead driver will depend entirely on how the season unfolds. With Melbourne set to provide the first real glimpse of their battle, all eyes are on Ferrari's garage. Will Hamilton silence the doubters and prove he can still dominate at the highest level? Or will Leclerc establish himself as the undisputed team leader? One thing is certain: this season is shaping up to be one of the most intense in recent memory.